1, 2, 3, 4.
Nuff said go shred!
Nuff said go shred! Yeah! Hey!
Yeah.
Holy shit, everybody.
That was take 36 of that, so we had 35.
I know it sounds and looks easy, but that shit's hard, man. What's shaking, everybody? Welcome to Shred Central. I'm Gymbo Jack. With me is Big Diamond Louie.
Hello, everyone.
And here at Shred Central, we discuss the unique relationship between skateboarding and music. Music influences skateboarding, and skateboarding influences music. So without further ado, let me introduce who's dropping in with us this evening for episode 8, Rhymes with Skate. I hate when people, I don't like it when people spell skate with the letter or the number 8. Do you?
Personally, I'm over it. There's a shop by that name. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to.
Yeah, it's like some Toys R Us or Sesame Street kind of shit. Just spell the thing out. Skate. S-K-A-T-E. Kids.
Lazy.
So without further ado, let me introduce to you our guest. He's a director. He's a writer. He's an editor. But most importantly, he's a skateboarder. Put your hands together, everybody, for Marc Ricciardelli.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, Marc. And may I
Thank
just
you.
say right off the bat that I'm so stoked that you, Louie, and myself here tonight all ride Goofy Foot.
Yes.
So stoked on that. Cheers,
Yes.
man.
Power to the
Cheers.
Goofies.
Because what it's regular anyways.
It's the right way. Goofy. The right way. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that seems so natural and seems so right. And one of my favorite skaters is Tony Trujillo, and it just tears me up inside that he skates regular. What is regular? It's baloney.
It's switch for us.
It is. Hey,
Okay.
Louie,
Yes.
did you go skating this week?
I did. I got to hit my local park at night after going on a milk run. And I actually skated your ramp a little bit today, which was fun,
Oh,
too.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How about you, Marc? Did you skate this week?
I did. I skated 2 nights ago.
Where'd you skate?
Ash-
Where are you?
Ashbridges.
Yes,
I
of course.
pretty much only skate there.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes other places, but
Yeah, well, it's not like there's a lot of vert to skate in the city. And you live in the East End, correct? So
Yeah.
why not be
Yeah.
at Ashbridges?
can bike down there.
So how did you get into skateboarding in the first place?
My first skateboard. I got a good one here.
Exactly.
So, you know where Hammer is on Queen Street? There's a street called Winneva.
Yes.
That if you skated down and you didn't stop, you'd go into Hammer. I went to school at Glen Ames, which is at the top of that street. So a friend of mine, Dave Ramsey, and I we went to eat lunch one day and not sure how we found, like a banana board.
Quote unquote
Found a banana board.
I found a banana board too once. Please continue.
And so we jumped on it and we kind of wrote it down. We sat on it. We tried standing on it. And he said, oh, my cousin skates. And his cousin was Robinson Kelly. Do you remember Robinson?
No, Louie? You remember
Robinson Kelly?
Vaguely. We're going way back, yeah.
Yeah, so he skated, he was older than us, but he skated at Adam Beck. So the skateboard banks at Adam Beck. So he skated there. So we went and hung out with him, and he was really good. So then we just started skating more.
How old are you when this happened?
I'm thinking it's like maybe 13, 14, I think.
What was your first setup?
First setup was I got kind of a bigger kind of wooden board at Rudy's from Rudy's Skate Shop because that was the only shop. But then the first real board was a Mike McGill, like a fluorescent orange Mike McGill from Hogtown. And I think I went in not knowing what to get, and Eugene worked there. And I think he made me, and I think because it was orange, fluorescent, I was like, I think I should get that one. He's like, yeah, get this one. And then he sold me some like Sims pool wheels. He's like, you want these pool wheels, even though there was no pools. I was like, yeah, I think I want the pool wheels.
And Eugene Tattoos now. What's the name of Eugene's tattoo company?
Tatarama?
Tatarama.
Yeah.
Great.
So that was the first real rails, tailbone, nosebone, lapper. Probably got sold some copers as well because couldn't grind.
Was it the McGill with the skull and snake, or was it the one with the jet plane on it?
No, skull and snake. So.
Okay, good. That's got to be the best one. I like when they came up that later model where they kind of had the snake a photograph of a snake in the background, and it still had the skull and the snake on it.
Yeah.
Oh, full screens. Yeah, when they started doing that, incorporating the smaller design into the whole design.
So that's how you got into skateboarding. How did you get into directing?
I worked at a film company that did commercials called Partners Film Company.
Oh yeah.
Just as like the dub guy. I was the dub guy. I dubbed tapes, director's reels, and I was and I'd operate the casting camera.
Casting camera.
Yeah, so I was like in the corner, just like that guy, just like not saying anything, and then you have like all the clients and people auditioning, and then just did that. And then this commercial production company had a camera department and editing, like it was huge. So I was like gonna go into camera, so I learned camera assistant, film cameras, and then I started just wanting to direct.
Did you go to school to direct, or you just
I did
built
go
your
to
way up in the film world just by going up in the camera commands?
Hanging out with the casting couch.
Yeah, you're on the casting camera. So what was the casting couch like?
There was no couch in that room, but
Okay, gotcha.
but no, I did go to college for like TV and audio at Seneca, and but then I lucked out and got a job. So yeah, did that, and then started doing music videos within that company.
What was the first music video you did?
I should know this.
Could it have been
oh,
Accidents
No.
by Alexis on Fire?
No. Flashing Lights. The Flashing Lights from Halifax.
Right, I remember them.
Flashlight or Flashing
the
Lights?
Flashing
I know a
Lights.
band Flashlights.
Flashlight Brown?
Yeah,
Local
Flashlight
band?
Brown, that's what it is.
Yep.
Okay. So
The Flashing Lights, who, the Super Friends, do you remember that band?
No,
was like-
just the cartoon Super Friends. There's a band called Super Friends? My God,
Anyway,
what kind of music was it?
It was like rock, pop. They were kind of like Sloan style. Anyway, so
I thought I was going to say Dinosaur Jr. for a second there, but...
Your favorite.
No,
Well, just,
I wish.
to me, it sounds like it would be a kind of a kind of band that university kids would be all stoked on.
Yeah.
But what are they? They're punk rock?
No, they were like rock, kind of like Sloan.
Sloan,
was.
you're saying. So he goes in one ear and out the other, man.
Right.
That's
But then
how
my
I
second
operate.
video I did with the Sadies
Oh, yeah?
and got to shoot on film, 35 mil. So that was exciting.
Great band.
Right, then one of those dudes just passed away, right?
Yeah, Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas
Yeah.
is in there.
Yeah.
So how did you get into doing Alexis on Fire videos?
Somebody I knew sent me some music, and then used to have to kind of pitch on video ideas, and I heard this, and I guess I think they were on a small label, and I heard them, so I pitched an idea, and I went to see them live. I think they had a CD out, and I liked them, so I don't know. I went to meet them, and I remember, I think Dallas Green, I think I was wearing a skate shirt at the time too, and he's like, "Oh, you skate, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, I skate."
Correct.
So maybe that was it. I
Wicked,
don't know.
Yeah, I think people when they recognize someone who skates, are like, okay, this guy's down. He at least drinks or smokes a little bit of weed, and
Right.
he's not going to rat me out to the cops. So this guy's cool, right?
But what's interesting about that, so I did the video, and so it was a night shoot in Toronto at the Massey Mansion, which is beside the Keg Mansion. So during the day, so our call time was, I don't know, like midnight or something. So they were like, "Hey, are there any skate parks in Toronto?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's one, Shred Central." So
Get out.
I took them there in the afternoon, but they didn't bring their boards, I don't think. We went in and kind of looked around. They were like, "Cool." I don't know if they were testing me, maybe, to see, but
That's amazing because usually I ask people what their what the memory they have of Shred Central is. I say that to the end of the show, but it came out right in the beginning here. That's pretty sick. You brought them there. They looked around and went, "Okay, you can do our video." Was I there? Did you remember? Or?
I don't know. It was in the afternoon, I think.
No, I was probably sleeping.
Or walking your dog.
Right now I was on
but
tour a lot too, so there's times where
2003.
yeah, that sounds about right. I might have been in Europe, but that's rad that they're just down the street. And
Yeah.
that's what was so rad about Shred. It was so central, hence the name. What are you skating right now?
What board?
Mm-hmm.
Madness board.
Oh yeah.
Sam Beckett. It's
No, that's the one with the weird. It's almost like a hawk nose shape. It's kind of got a. It's not your typical pool or
Well, it's not that one
Mm.
that I came in on.
Okay.
It's kind of got a shape. It's kind of a squarish nose. It's not a popsicle.
Mm.
It's 875,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, I don't know, I like it.
Beauty. Indies, of course.
No.
Oh no.
Easy.
Ace?
Ace.
Yeah.
Oh
I-
right. I always forget about Ace. No offense, Ace, but they're like the next best thing, right?
They are. I mean, I skated indies for a while, and then Ace sponsors our competition, so I try to skate everything that that our sponsors supply.
Right. But
So,
I'll skate any free
madness.
shit they give me too.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think they're great trucks, and Speed Lab wheels.
So you write, direct, and edit. Where's your fucking skate opera, man? Shouldn't you be
Well, yeah. I know.
Shouldn't you got something something else in your IMDb that has to do with a skateboard movie or doc or
Thrashing the musical?
no God, how's about Animal Chin? How about you do an Animal Chin movie but use women instead of the dudes? Like they did with Ghostbusters and see how that goes.
And they're searching for Brent Jordan. Have you seen him?
Oh, that would be good. How's about you do Sick Boys instead of Sick Boys from 1988, you do Sick Chicks.
Back to, I made a short doc, like 30 minutes, on Dan Bohart.
You did?
I did around 2003, and shot some stuff. I don't know if it's in the doc though, but we went to Shred, so I have footage of Dan skating. there.
Really?
And I remember, because I broke my leg about a year before, and I wasn't skating that much. But I remember skating Shred a bit with Dan and kind of getting a bit back into it. But
He was really good at the mini ramp, so I can see why he might have wanted to go there to get
Yeah.
footage or whatever.
and then he got angry, and then we went somewhere else. And then he got angry, and then we went somewhere. And then he focused his board. Then we went somewhere else, and then
He was
Repeat.
for the people out there that don't know Dan Bohart, he was such a smooth, consistent skater. Rarely fell off his board. Was so good on transition, street, you name it. And one time we had a Halloween party at Shred, and he's like, "I don't know what to dress up like, dude." And I was like, "Why don't you just dress up like Data from Star Trek Next Generation," which was kind of big back then. And he went to the store, got like the yellow and black fucking Data shirt, painted his face white, and he had the short hair like Data too, right? So he just skated the way he did, but like his same kind of robot style. And it got to the point where like it wasn't robot style. What I mean is he was so damn consistent. He never fall off his board, and you're just standing there waiting to drop in because he would never fall. So like, God, when is he gonna stop so I can drop in? Motherfucker.
Dan.
Brock Vegas represent.
He's in Brockville.
That's
Brockville?
where he's from, Brockville.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So, do you have something you want to ask this guy?
Oh, yes. Do you still play golf?
Again with the golf questions.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
not
Well-
as much as I did with Thomas.
Well, I
Thomas
bring
Morgan
it up
and I, yeah.
because Thomas cited you as an influence in playing golf when we interviewed him in episode 6.
Right.
He did?
Maybe, I don't know if it was an influence, but we started playing golf around the same time. And then we just got fully into golf for, I don't know, a bunch of years.
Yeah.
But no, occasionally, not as much. I've taken my sons golfing, but that's about it.
Now, when did you discover your own taste in music?
Probably in my teens, I guess, 16, 17. But I was so my guys, though, were like the older guys I skated with kind of influenced my music.
That seems to be normal for
You know.
the younger dudes.
I mean, I was kind of into like rock and like Van Halen and early on, and then just it kind of got heavier. Black Sabbath, I kind of discovered on my own, and that's my favorite band of all time. But I think,
Fucking A.
yeah, skating with Dave Buchanan, huge, the older guys. So, Dave would kind of control the music
Wicked.
like at his ramp, at the cow ramp. So
right,
we'd go
cow
there.
ramp out in the middle of that field.
So it was kind of like whatever was playing was Dave's choice and some of the other guys.
That's great. I'm sure he was playing all sorts of stuff. JFA, Black Sabbath, Fear, you name it.
Yeah.
Well, I also wanted to ask about when you got sponsored. Like, what
right.
led to you getting noticed? Because I got to see you skating vert ramps with guys like Eugene that you just mentioned, and the other guys, Cutsy, Tom Boyle, Bill Weiss, Thomas Morgan, right, Jeff Gluck.
Yeah. So Thomas, Bill Weiss, Tom. Well, when Tom came to Toronto, like we were all skating with the kind of the older guys. Skating ramps, and we had access to ramps, and we thought we were pretty good, I guess. Roger Blinoff was in there too, Rick Fulford. But when Tom, when Tom came, we were just like, this guy's amazing, and he kind of like lit a fire.
That's what I hear. He's a major influence on the younger dudes in the early '80s.
Yeah, because he was already so good.
And where did he come from before Toronto?
It's Pennsylvania, is where he was born and raised, and then they moved to Texas, and then he spent a lot of time in Texas. So we thought he was from Texas, and he had an accent.
An accent?
A Texan. Or I guess it was just an American
accent. Like he would say,
accent.
howdy?
Well, it was just kind of an American accent, so we thought, he's from Texas.
I thought he was straight up from Toronto, but...
Yeah. So then we just skated more and more, and I can't remember... I think I went to an amateur contest somewhere in the States, and I think right before my run, I think we were doing practice, and right before my run, some guy, this blockhead, they were like, do you want to skate for us? I was like, oh, okay. And then I had the worst run ever.
Oh, no.
Didn't place, and then I got on Liberty, like a couple months later.
Nice. Mike Smith's company.
Yeah, through Todd Congelier, though.
Right. Who was pro for them.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was skating contests in Texas, and then I didn't have a sponsor, so he was like, skate Liberty stuff, Todd. So, and then Gullwing, and everyone got on Gullwing.
Oh man, I just stage 3 of Gullwings, the bright neon green or neon orange ones.
Yeah, but I don't think I was really grinding a lot though. I was like half pipe, tight trucks, some grinds here and there.
I remember the bushings were shit. Like if you pushed your board out in front of you, it would always veer in one direction, either left or right, and would never go straight.
I had Gullwings and kept breaking kingpins.
Really?
Oh yeah, that was
front
a thing.
side ollie, break the kingpin on your back truck landing. I had street shadows.
Street shadows.
Yes,
Love
without the little dip.
skateboard
Yeah.
companies.
Oh, without the groove.
Yeah. Or it was like minimized. They try to because you don't want to grind your kingpin.
Right.
All right. It was a flaw in that '80s design.
Wow. They looked kind of cool.
So you got sponsored by Liberty. Obviously, you've got some skills on the vert ramp. There's no doubt about that. What can you tell us about being one of the members, like an OG member of the Welch's Wild Ones?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up.
Oh boy.
What can I tell you about it?
Yes. How did that get set up? Welch's Wild Ones, like the Welch's grape drink.
Yeah.
You were part of this crew of dudes that did demos
Yeah.
for Welch's drinks.
Yeah.
And not only were you repping for Welch's, but for some reason, now correct me if I'm wrong, there was an added Dick Tracy element to these demos where that movie Dick Tracy came out with.
There was.
With Madonna and I can't remember.
Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
So a dude would come out on the ramp on the top of the deck looking like Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
And you guys would be like dressed up like villains.
No. We.
So that's where I'm going. Please explain this whole Welch's.
How do you know
Wild
that
House.
though? Did you see it? Who saw it? Did you see it?
This is news to me. I had no idea. I thought I knew you better than Gymbo because I grew up in Toronto.
Yeah. No, there's Welch's Wild Ones. History.
Please continue. How did that get set up?
Well, there was a promoter in Toronto who would sometimes get pros in town.
Rick Davis?
Rick Davis.
Who else?
Yeah. So he figured out that he could travel around with a ramp and somehow got a deal with Welch's.
All drinks.
grape.
It's so weird.
But then there was also the Canada Dry lemon ginger ale, wild ones, I guess. I don't know if that was after.
Rivals?
No, wild ones. Like we kind of morphed into the
Oh my god.
Canada Dry.
Be cool if
lemon
it was
ginger ale.
rival gangs.
Holy shit.
So we went from these lame, really, extra large purple shirts that didn't fit anyone. Well, actually, better than this. But to these, I don't know, some green shirts. But yeah, so it started out like that. And I think, so at the time, the movie was popular, I guess. Or was it popular?
The thing is about that movie, it was like, it was out there. Like it was. They promoted the hell out of it, but it wasn't that great of a fucking movie, right?
No.
But what's so funny to me is that you guys, Rick Davis, whoever incorporated it into these Welch's demos.
Yeah, it wasn't my idea, but I had nothing to do with that. But I think maybe in order to sell it to Welch's, they thought like we're gonna tour around, and it's not just gonna be a bunch of sweaty teenagers skating and throwing their boards and getting angry. They had an announcer, and maybe he was like, "Oh, I could play Dick Tracy," so he would come out and he'd
in a
point
yellow
at us.
suit and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then he would. I don't know. It was ridiculous, but we got paid. So that's the only reason that
That's
we did
good
it. And we
because-
got paid to skate a really bad ramp.
I heard you guys would only get like one drink a box.
Right.
Drink,
There was
instead of like two's too much.
no. We got as many samples as we wanted out of the back of the truck because the ramp was built on a trailer at one point.
So it was even higher. It stayed on the trailer.
Yeah.
So it was
if you
even
believe
higher
that.
off the ground.
Yeah, if you can believe that, it stayed on the trailer, and then there was on occasion they would wheel it out. I think I remember going to like a Tie Cats halftime show, and this was like right when we first started riding this really bad ramp, and it getting wheeled out, and they were like, "Yeah, so skate, you can skate." And we're like, "We can't skate when it's moving." Because we're gonna do an air, and then the truck, and like.
Well, how wide was this trailer?
Well,
8 feet, I think, is the
Right.
legal width for like a truck.
right. So it had these big metal, it would have been like 16 feet, I think, and they would hook into the sides of the trailer. So on the sides, they would they were like 16 feet by 2. So every 2 feet there was a seam. So it would go like a cheese grater.
Oh.
And it was really dangerous.
Now,
But
did
we
you guys skate a
somehow,
metal ramp as well?
it was made
That
out
was
of
a
metal.
metal ramp.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was horrible.
That was the
But we got
transported ramp. Okay.
paid, and yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, we were speaking about you being a director. Who were your directing influences? Stacy Peralta, by chance?
I guess so. Yeah.
Do you remember, sorry.
I wouldn't. Yeah, thinking about it now, maybe, probably.
Do you remember meeting Stacy Peralta, Louis?
I do.
We went
At
and saw.
TIFF.
We went and saw the first time Dogtown Z Boys came out, and they showed it at a midnight showing at the Uptown
I was
on
there.
Young Street. You were there?
Yeah, I was there.
And there was a Q&A after.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I remember 2 a.m. I was like, "Let's go fucking back to Shred or drink, or let's go to Sneaky D's or something." And it's like, "Dude, it's 2:30 in the morning." I was like, "Oh my god!" But that was pretty amazing. Eh?
Yeah, that was
Stacy
amazing.
was there with his parents, and Alva was there.
Yep, got to meet Alva as well. Yeah, and I met Ed Templeton that day because
there?
of Scott Pommier. I believe Ed Templeton
was there?
I believe so.
Really?
Yeah.
Alva, I remember after the movie was done, I went to the bathroom and I came back and Alva was standing kind of in the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
And because I didn't really know about the first frontside air, really, at that time. So it was after the movie, so I was really nervous, and I walked up and I said, "Thanks, man. Thanks." And he's like, "No problem."
Wicked.
Anyway, but yeah, Peralta, yeah.
So who do you must have some fucking director influences or some. You must have a crush on some director out there that you're stoked on.
Yeah, I mean, just like the classic dudes like Alfred Hitchcock and Kubrick and those guys. But like, I think, but for getting into music videos, I guess Spike Jonze, because around that time, his videos were big, and I met him once, and I thought, you know, he does really cool stuff, so maybe I could do that. So
Yeah, wicked.
And a skateboard
Spike
connection.
Jonze.
He made the move from skateboarding
Yeah.
to music videos
Yeah.
too.
yeah,
What else you got there, Louis?
Oh, I wanted to talk about another sponsor, Small Room. Like, you were on that team, weren't you? Small Room skateboards. Like, I'm trying to remember back to the days when you guys were skating at Tyrannosaurus, and
Why does that? I should remember that. No, I do remember that, but like, was it
short-lived
Rob?
company. It was only for a couple of years.
Small Room. Was it Rob? Not Rob Zine? Was that? Because I got. Do you know Rob? Rob Zine? He had a zine. His name was Rob.
I remember Freezine
Rob
because he was
Rob
also
Zine.
a Ryerson student.
Yeah, Small Room. I got stuff. Yeah, I can't really remember that much. Sorry.
You got stuff from them?
I think so.
Do you have any T-shirts?
Did I ever get T-shirts?
Well, I looked it up. I can pay almost $400 for a Small Room T-shirt on Etsy.
Really?
Yeah, so do you have any sitting in a box at your mom's
I
house or
don't think
what?
so. Like, that's maybe it was short-lived. I don't really remember too much of that time.
What skateboard video do you remember? Like, we've talked about how much influences skateboard videos have had on us and the rest of the skateboarders in the world. Music we would never have gotten into if we had not been fortunate enough for all these filmers and editors bringing this amazing music to our attention. So, do you have a rad song from a skateboard video that you remember, like, that you heard for the first time and you were just like, holy shit, I gotta find that song, or I'm gonna put that in my Walkman, I gotta crank that every time I skate?
Yeah, I probably put that in my Walkman. It was around the time. But, so I think it was the Bones Brigade video show, and it's kind of near the end. I think it's Youth Brigade.
Oh yeah?
Did You Want to Die? Do you know that song?
I love Youth Brigade, but I don't remember that song off the top of my head.
So there's a Delmar part with McGill and Cab, and it's a contest. And it's just highlights, but they have that song there. So there's that, just because I think that I watched that video so much that I knew it. And from that same video, and it's not even it's the Tony Hawk part in that, but which is weird, kind of like that weird, I don't know what you'd call it. There's no vocals.
It's a montage. It's all about the skating. He does like a big finger flip.
Yeah,
there.
But that's, I think, the music. I connected the music because I watched that video so much.
I'm surprised that they even had, because a lot of the PAL videos, they just kind of had Dennis Dragon come up with songs, and
that's probably what the Tony Hawk was. But then this, maybe they just threw this together last minute, but it was, I remember that pretty well.
Yeah, I love Youth Brigade.
Yeah.
Happy Hour is a good album. The earlier stuff I'm not as familiar with.
Yeah. And then just watching the Vision videos, which was all Agent Orange.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was good too.
So what we like to do here, Mark, as well,
yeah,
as bullshit and shoot the shit, we like to find out what the skaters will listen to on the streets, man. Random skaters. Whoever is out there, they're listening to some tunes. We want to check out what they're listening to, because sometimes it's rad, and sometimes it's not so rad. And that's what's funny.
And we need to say it's rad or not, correct?
That is correct. Have you been watching?
I have watched it,
okay,
yeah.
So yes, you are. You know then, that is exactly what we do. It's either rad or not rad. We don't want to make anyone cry because we don't know, or we're not stoked on what they're listening to. But we want everyone to know what's fucking out there, man, because, you don't find everything on Spotify. If there's still shit like word of mouth out there. So this is Random Skater on the Streets, number 1.
Hey, my name is Matug Zion, and I'm listening to Biggie Smalls' Who Shot Ya?
Rad. Enough said, go shred, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Matug's Zion. He was walking along the side of Highway 27 in the morning, and I was like, I'm gonna give this kid a fucking ride. So I pull over, and he's like, no, I'm good. The bus stop's right over there. But I gave him a sticker, and I was like, what are you listening to? And he says, I'm listening to Biggie Smalls.
Who shot you?
Who shot you?
The week from the oxa, bleak hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. It's on, nigga. Fuck all that bickering beef. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek. Your heartbeat sound like.
So, you a Biggie Smalls fan?
A bit. I don't really know too much, but I know him, and I think it's rad. But I'm not huge into hip hop.
You're not?
I'm not. But that's kind of the, if any hip hop, that's kind of the era I would like. But
So you think that song, Biggie Smalls, Who Shot You, was rad?
I think it's rad.
Louis.
I agree. I think it's rad. I like Biggie Smalls.
I like Biggie Smalls too, but I didn't think that song was rad.
No?
No, the Biggie Can't You See one where the video is on the boat and chicks are with him and stuff. Like, that's a good song.
Burned in your memory.
But yeah, you guys are 2 against 1.
Did you try to get the kid in your van? On the side of the
I
street?
tried to give him a lift because I felt bad for this little fucker walking. I thought he said he was looking for a job, so he was I guess going to the bus to start giving his resume out to people. Poor little Zion. I hope he, or what's his name? His first name is Matug Zion. I hope Matug Zion found himself a job. So let's go on to random skater number 2. Your name's Roderick?
Yeah.
What are you listening to?
Yeet Smoketober.
Sick. You're going to check that out. Why are you laughing? Are you like, that's the one hip hop dude I like?
No, because, well, my son listens to hip hop and he likes Yeet.
Yeet.
Yeah, Yeet.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But apparently my son liked Yeet before anybody else. So
Before it was cool.
Yeah,
He's one of
yeah.
those
So,
guys. No
anyway.
one likes a boaster.
I think I cut me now, liquid just burning.
Oh,
My wife say she love me about
I like the accordion in there.
It's simple to get like this.
This guy
Is
Portuguese.
this accordion?
The whole game up inside the service. Yeah, that's why I crashed the bank from good on purpose. I been taking a part for anxiety, but I don't get nervous. They be high talking crazy, they don't really got courage.
Not the fastest tempo, is it?
Neither was Biggie.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like that last Biggie tune. So, let me ask you, Marc Ricciardelli, was that song rad or not rad?
Can there be levels of rad?
No. Sorry, it's totally black
levels
and
of
white
not-
here.
Oh, man. 'Cause
You know you're
my
gonna say
son-
rad because your son's gonna be watching. Dad, you know I like Yeats before anyone else did. You gotta say they're rad.
But then if I say they're rad,
Oh, right.
it might not be cool. But I'll say they're rad. So then it's not cool now.
It's well,
Or
to,
is it?
to your son, but he's
Right.
probably gonna be happy that you said rad. So Louis, rad or not rad?
I'd say not rad. Yeah, and I think your son's gonna stop listening to them because you think they're cool.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
It's
the-
just the way it goes. You know, that's
It's been like
those
that
are the
for-
rules.
Ages.
Yeah.
So let's get to the third random skater here.
Did you say rad or not rad?
Oh,
Did you?
yeah, Gymbo. We forgot to ask you. Did you think it was rad or not rad?
Not rad.
Okay. Unanimous. No, sorry.
Con-
You
well,
said rad.
I mean,
He said rad, but he didn't even mean it.
right. So that's kind of a half.
Either way,
Okay.
Is it Brad?
for bad,
Bad and rad? Brad? No.
we
can't
already
do
said
that.
there's
Okay.
no in between.
Right.
It's
All right.
rad or
All right.
not rad.
Okay.
It's not rocket science here. This is the third guy.
Hey, where'd you come from? Oh, goddamn, just listen to some Slipknot, you know. Have a good day, boys.
Chiba Chad. Chiba Chad, not with the skateboard that day, but still rad to see him on the street.
Oh, you know that guy.
Yeah, he's a sick, amazingly sick skater.
Phenomenal skater.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Chiba Chad, they call him. It's Chad. Oh my God, what's his last name?
I don't know it. I just know him as Chiba Chad.
Yeah. Look at Louis' face. You'd never play that for your daughter, eh?
No, there's a lot of other punk music I'd rather play for her, which
That's more
I've
like-
already played some.
That's some heavy shit.
Yes.
I wouldn't call
That
it
is-
punk, but
Yeah.
what
it's
would
a
you
tough
call
one.
it? Rad or not rad?
Well, I don't know. There's maybe one Slipknot song I like. I'm not a huge fan of Slipknot.
Mm-hmm.
But I love metal, and I'm around death metal all the time at
Mm-hmm.
work. But I'm going to say not rad.
Ah, it's not for eating. We only got one person with that gag.
Slipknot. It ties into Slipknot, I guess, but
Yeah.
okay.
So
I'm thinking not.
Slipknot, not
Slipknot, rad.
Slipknot, rad. Oh boy, Louis.
Well, you obviously liked it. You were bobbing your head.
We're not talking about me right now.
I know. I'm just stalling. No, I don't like Slipknot. It's not my kind of thing. I mean, if I were to listen to that kind of music, I'd rather listen to System of a Down or something. But maybe it has something to do with an ex, that listen to that kind of stuff.
Not rad. Not rad. I think it's rad. I don't like their goofy. Everyone wears a mask and the jumpsuits and stuff. But I like that type of music. I worked a Slipknot show once. When Shred first started, we still had to have some sort of income coming in, so a lot of us were working at the government, unloading trucks and setting up stages for shows. And the beauty of that was being able to see rad bands like Slipknot, Slayer, Metallica, and those Slipknot dudes. There's like a bunch of dudes in that band, right? Like 6 or 7 guys, and on either side of the stage, they had these dudes with bongo drums, but they were playing them with sticks, and they're going ape shit. And then they were like on these scissor lifts, so they would go up and down like these weird kind of like almost like creepy looking way. I don't know how else to describe it. Just like goofy going up and down playing these fucking drums. I'm gonna cut this story short and say that that song was rad. I dug it. Fuck, eh? So we learned something today. All these songs that we listened to tonight are going to be available on Spotify, Shred Central Podcast / Marc Ricciardelli. Why did you say that? You're saying that you listen to metal at work all day.
Well,
That's just because of you or the other guys who work with the cranking it?
Well, no. So I work freelance at Banger Films. So Banger did a bunch of metal docs, global metal. Do you know Sam Dunn? Sam Dunn?
I don't know. I met him a couple
so
times.
That's Sam's company. So that's where I
wicked.
work. So there's a lot of metal and a lot of that kind of music there. But I don't know. I never really was a Slipknot fan. Maybe it was because of the costumes. But
right.
Anyway,
I've seen Sam at Dayglow shows. He's a tall blonde guy, right? So I could see him from the stage. He'd be at the back at the cathedral, I think it was. Yeah, he's a rad dude. He's done a lot of amazing shit, documenting some amazing metal out there. Yeah. And does he skate?
No.
Curses. We could have had him on here, possibly.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of metal, you have tattoos. Do you have a King Diamond tattoo?
I don't.
Okay.
But you play guitar, and you were in a band, Heb's Duties, correct?
I was, but I played bass in that band.
Didn't you move to guitar because Nigel got kicked out?
Wait. No, Manny started playing guitar.
Right.
Manny played guitar, and then
you continued playing bass.
Yeah. So who knows why? And Dave. So it was me and Dave and Manny at one point.
Dave Buchanan, owner of Hammer Skateboards on Queen Street.
Dave Buchanan.
Yeah. For those who don't know, local skate rock band. Yeah.
Right.
Heb's Duties.
But yeah, so I was kind of like I wasn't an original member, but I kind of filled in with for somebody, and then.
But you play guitar. That's rad.
But yeah.
You write, you direct, you edit, you play guitar, and you're trying to play drums. Is that right?
I'm trying to learn. Yeah, I'm learning drums.
That's amazing.
And you've got some producer credits?
I have, just on some of the stuff that I've worked on, yeah.
There you go. You're quite the threat.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But that, just a jack of all trades. Maybe master of none, but,
So what else we like to do here, Mr. Ricciardelli, is we like to showcase a different board every month. We call it the Model of the Month.
Okay. Yeah.
So, bear with me here. Look at that! This is a John Rattray from Zero Skateboards. It's 7 3/4 wide, 30 3/4 inches long, and it's got a 13 3/4 inch wheelbase. What's with all the 3/4 measurements? Oh, and it's signed.
Cool.
Nice.
That's nice, eh? There's a whole series of them. It's got for I think the Lee Yanku episode, we had the Jamie Thomas. There's Jamie Thomas, Adrian Lopez, John Rattray, Matt Mumford, and Chris Cole. All these like stained glass window graphics. Cool. I got that from Esner, who used to run the skate shop there at Shred, for Christmas one year. He's gonna get me one, but he's like, well, fucking, you gotta have them all, I think was his mentality. And I think it might be worth a pretty penny now that I've got that whole series, and at least 2 of them are signed. One by the Chief, in particular. That's going to be worth a pretty penny if there's dudes out there selling small room T-shirts for $400. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yes, close to $400.
Small
Good
room.
grief.
Where were they from? We don't know.
Tony Bullius was probably from California. He sponsored Ken Sigafu. Frank Hirata was on there briefly. They turned down
Sigafu's-
Chico Brenes when he gave them a sponsor me tape back in like
Right.
91 or something.
I
Yeah.
think I maybe just got stuff because I
It just
skated
flowed.
with Jay Sigafoots for a while.
Ah,
But yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
well, I looked up to guys like you on the vert ramp, literally.
I remember
from the
a
street course
board.
at
Yeah, I remember.
Tyrannosaurus.
They made boards? No.
Boards, long stretched hand, flower, part of those minimalist boards with a lot of like stained wood grain showing.
I think I
very
remember.
small graphics, quarter page ads in Thrasher, a lot of cut
Yeah.
and paste.
Maybe wasn't an official thing for me, but it was just.
What's your go-to track on your iPod? on
On my Walkman?
your Walkman. What songs do you like to listen to? Like, what's your go-to song to get you stoked and go sesh at like Ashbridges?
Okay. Well, Sleep, the newest. I think I don't know if it's the newest, but what's it called? Marijuana Stream or something. Even though I don't know.
That's the name of the song, or
This.
Do you know Sleep?
I know the name, but I really cannot name a song to save my life.
Oh, but listen to that. This,
Oh, that's heavy.
and for a while I was into that King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard.
Oh god, such a
yes.
goofy name.
But the metal, they did like a speed metal album, a thrash metal album,
Whoa.
Yes, every
And
album's
it's-
different. Yeah.
and
Really?
it's amazing. Like the whole thing's amazing.
Just the
So
name turns me off right off the bat. I know they're heavy, and I know people love them, but the King
It's-
Gizzard and the Lizard Gizzard, I've never. Can't get it. I don't know. That just turns me off right off the bat.
Infest the Rat's Nest, Oregon Farmer. You know,
Oregon Farmer?
That's a song from
Oh.
this, which you'll like. I bet you'll like it.
I'll have to start
It's
being
coming
asleep. What's it called?
This is King
King
Gizzard.
King Gizzard
But it's just the
Lizard
one
Gizzard.
album. They just did like a one-off, almost like a project, I guess.
Really?
But
yeah,
it's good.
yeah. I
I
at
thought
my
you said they had a different fucking.
Yeah, every
Album.
album is kind of different, but this was like their thrash. metal.
yeah, I had no idea about this band really. I'm into like stoner metal and
Yeah.
psych rock and like all this like retro stuff. But I was working at the cafe and we had a kitchen staff for this party, and I walk in and it's like this thrash metal's playing in the kitchen. I was like, I gotta know what this is,
Yeah.
and it turned out to be that album by King Gizzard.
It's kind of like 80s thrash.
Yeah.
So-
Well, that's what intrigued me. I was like, these are kids like half my age making food for this party at my job, and they're listening to really cool music.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us of any rad places that you've skated? I know I've seen your Insta,
Yeah.
and you got a photo at Hawks Ramp. Mm-hmm. Did you do a Madonna at Hawks Ramp?
No, sadly, I did not. I mean, because, yeah.
I know
was-
you got Madonnas in your bag of tricks.
do
and I
kinda got-
cannot believe you didn't bust one at the Birdman ramp.
I do, but I just actually recently kind of got them back in the last couple of
I
years.
see.
And at that time, I was there shooting something. And I brought my board, though. So we shot some stuff with him.
You're shooting something with
with-
him or for?
Yeah, it was a TV show. It was this kids' video game show. And I think there was a re-release or some release. It got to be like 5 years ago of a Tony Hawk thing. I don't know, it was maybe a new thing. Anyway, so we went there and we did this kind of this scripted skit comedy thing with him.
Yeah, didn't they rehash the skateboard Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
I think so. But we did this thing with him where he skated and I got to shoot him skating, which was good. It was amazing. And then afterwards I dropped in and I just did a bunch of kick turns and maybe a layback slide.
That's all I got on vert is a layback grind, front side rock, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
Cause I don't wear the pads. I don't know how to knee slide. I don't have the elbow pads or the helmet, and I just kind of run out of shit, which is pretty sketchy, right?
It is. Yeah.
Because I think you got to you don't just jump to your knees when you slide out of
it's like a running.
You kind of put one foot down and then you kind of go to your knees, right?
Yeah. And that's how we learn.
Yeah.
So that's how we, that's why we can do it. Still, I think. But yeah, Tony Hawk's ramp. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty sick. Is there any? Are there any other spots that you were like, oh man, I got a session this spot? Like for me, I had to, when we were in San Francisco, I had to go to China Banks.
Yeah.
When we were in the desert near Joshua Tree, we had to go to the Nude Bowl.
Oh.
So
that's cool.
What else you got?
When I was a kid, like teenager, went to Del Mar, went to Upland.
Oh, nice.
The original Upland. Skated that a bit. And Salva was there, I remember that.
Oh boy, of course he was.
Skated Tony Hawk's ramp in his yard.
His backyard ramp.
Yeah.
When they filmed Public Domain, that ramp?
Yep, with the bowl. And I went there with Bill Weiss. Bill got us in. Skated there. I think Bucky Lasik was there. And skated with Tony Hawk then. And
when he was learning how to do 540 no grab ollies.
Oh, you know what he was learning? I remember this because he did the whole session was frontside like ollie, overturn to front truck, going like going. Where's the coping? Going like that and then coming in.
Coming in fakie?
No, coming in. So frontside ollie, boom.
Oh.
Then in.
Yeah, fakie nose grind.
So you're over rotating, and he did that the whole session. I think he made it.
Oh my god! Yeah, he like most of us, you don't stop until you land that shit.
Yeah.
Do you have a good Tom Boyle story for us?
I don't. I remember when I was playing guitar. I remember Tom came to my house, and he wanted to learn how to play guitar. So I tried to teach him how to play, but he had no musical ability at all. So
frustrated right off the bat.
Yeah, he really wanted to learn, and I was like, okay, what's an easy song? And I thought, the first 2 or 3 bars of Purple Haze, it's 2 notes. You know that? Tried to teach him that. It took him maybe an hour.
Oh my god.
To get through that, and when he finally did, he thought he could play the rest of the song, and he just started, and
my god!
But he was so excited that he could play those 2 notes.
That's rad.
He didn't really have much musical ability, but.
And I guess we should mention that you are a part of the Ashbridges Bowl Bash that is now become an annual event.
Yeah.
It is happening this year on August 27th.
Yeah.
And I will be there. And hopefully you will be there, Louie.
I'll try to make it.
Be there.
And I hope everyone out there too can make it.
Yeah.
It should be fun. That bowl, man, is scary. I mean, I watch you skate it. You guys skate it, and you have no fear of locking a Smith grind in there or hanging up. Like, just for me dropping in on the 9-foot, which is supposed to be the shallow end there, kids, it's still scary. And there's still that possibility of eating massive shit and never fucking walking out of there again.
Well, that's what we learned on, though. So we learned on 11-foot, like 8 to 11. There was no mini ramps like when we started. It was 8 feet. First ramp was 8 feet that I skated, and then it was 11 pretty much.
Did you start street skating like everybody else? And we're
skating in the streets, kind of street plants.
But you weren't going downstairs or trying rails.
You know what? I did kick flips back on my McGill with all that crap on it, but.
And that was a chore, right? All that weight.
Yeah.
So heavy.
But a bit of street skating, but not like like Justin, Volkmar, Jefferson, not like that.
Yeah, we want to get Jason Corbett on here.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jefferson.
Yeah. But yeah, so we learned on that. So the big stuff doesn't, and it's actually easier to skate the deep end at Ashbridges than the shallow end. So you got time. You have time to like think of things. Like the shallow end, I get killed in the shallow end.
Mm-hmm.
This deep end is.
That's nice of you to say that it's easier in the deep end, but I don't
It
believe
is.
you.
It is. Try it.
I have. It's not, it's not easier. It's scary
holding
as
all
hell.
that speed. Yeah. I got to tighten my trucks. I'm
good
definitely
on you,
more
though,
of a
man.
street skater. Hey, tell us about this 8-foot ramp that you started on back in the
Oh,
day.
that was ramp in Etobicoke called Jim's Ramp, and I think it was Eugene knows the history of the ramp, but it was in Etobicoke, and that guy Robinson took me. Eugene was there, and it had 8-foot PVC coping, and then the other side was like 8.5 feet with no deck. And that's what we learned to
The
drop
no
in on.
deck, man. Like, do you just run out of wood? Because who the fuck in their right mind would not put a deck on top of the ramp?
And that side had wooden coping. So it was kind of like that was the kick turn side for
What do
whatever
you mean
reason.
wooden coping? A 2x4.
No, like you know, like those wooden handrails you see? Like,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
kind of like that.
What?
So it was like you'd kick
Wow.
turn, and then the 8-foot side you'd learn airs, and then you'd kick turn, and you'd do it. But
Right.
we learned to drop in on that, and 8 feet it kind of went right to vert. So, but yeah, Jim's Ramp.
We got a game to play, and you're gonna play with us.
Okay.
It's called Shreds Up. You know that geek Ellen? She's got that game Heads Up. We're gonna turn it up a notch in skateboard fashion, and it's called Shreds Up. You're gonna grab one of these cards. You're gonna put it in front of your head. Look at the camera so everyone can see.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you clues. You have 180 seconds.
I know.
to-
Sorry, do I have to ask questions about?
No.
what
I'm
is
gonna
this?
give you clues
Okay.
of who the skateboarder is.
Oh, a skateboarder. Okay.
Right. It's called. That's why we call it Shreds Up.
Okay. All right.
So, here's the stack here.
These are any, and is it okay? Can
Yeah.
I just do this?
Oh no, you keep them like
Oh.
straight up.
What do you mean?
Like you turned it sideways. Just keep it like that.
Oh,
like
that.
that.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, like that. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Ready? Go.
So I'm gonna give you clues. All right. Face the camera. This guy owns stereo. He's on a show called Earl. My name's Earl.
Jason Lee. What do you do? Another one?
That is correct. Okay, she's got green hair. She has a new shoe on.
Lazy
Vans.
Armando. Oh, yeah.
Yes, keep going. Black dude did a lot of backside 360 no complies. Rode for Powell.
Ray Barbie.
Used to skate for Vision and created his own company, Blind.
Marc Gonzalez. These are good era.
Okay, this guy, he likes to skate Ashbridges. He has a beard and he's banging your wife.
Well, I guess me.
Okay, this guy is the host of the 9 Club.
Chris Roberts. Right?
She rode for Toy Machine, one of the big, one of the first girls to really shred.
Alyssa Steamer. I know that.
This woman sings a song about Jolene.
Dolly Parton. Wow.
Just throw that in there.
Okay.
He has a nickname from the kids from the Little Rascals. He skates for Emerica.
Spanky Long? I don't know how I know that, but Street.
Okay, this guy had a weird bowl haircut, does like weird skateboard tricks. He skates for Enjoi.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Weird blunt slides and stuff.
Emo Phillips. No. Louis
Good guess.
Barletta. Why do I know this? I shouldn't know that, but
Okay, he skates for Numbers. He's a small dude. He was the smallest dude on Blind at the time when they're in that video and they're
Guy
in the car.
Mariano? Okay. I seem to be okay.
Bald guy on Enjoi as well. Super good bald. Lots of manual tricks, flipping in and out.
Bald guy.
His initials are MJ.
Mark Johnson.
How much time we got left? He owns Baker.
40 seconds.
Andrew Reynolds? Uh-oh.
she skates for Welcome Skateboards.
Nora Vasconcelos.
Yes!
Yeah, dude.
Is that good?
You got them all.
Somehow. I don't know
Awesome.
how I did.
Wow, not
Couple-
bad, dude.
Some of those eras I wasn't too familiar with, but
I
don't
like
know
the
how.
Emo Phillips. That's
Emo.
an obscure
Right.
stand-up comedy reference with the bowl haircut. Good one.
Yeah, we even slipped a little Marc Ricciardelli in there.
Yep. Yep.
Literally.
So, do you have any, before we wrap up this show, thanks for playing that game with us.
great,
I think
yeah.
the people out there enjoy us showcasing people's abilities, not only just their skateboarding, but, you know, they want to hear their stories, but they also want to see how well they do when it comes to playing goofy games.
Right.
So, do you have any shout-outs you want to give out to people out there that that you're stoked on, that are stoked on you?
I guess the shout-outs to the Ash Bowl Bash people.
Yes.
Ronnie, Jeff Gluck, Ronnie Shepo, Tavis Coburn, he runs out with me. Faye, who skates all the time.
Beauty.
And the old dudes, Thomas, Rick, Steve Katsopoulos,
Oh.
Brent Jordan.
Oh, you better say Brent Jordan, and he's
Gotta
going to be
say
held
Brent
to pay.
Jordan, Eugene, Dave Buchanan.
Does Eugene still skate?
Yeah,
He does.
he does. He gets injured a bit. Like he has been injured, but he rolls around, usually on a
Excellent.
different board, like it's some kind of a classic thing that he's put together.
Yeah, he's quite a collector. He collects old
Yeah.
boards, and he has a long history of making his own decks out of
Yeah.
like composite materials, like carbon fiber and whatnot. And
Yeah.
Where is he
buying-
grabbing carbon fiber?
Good question.
I don't know,
He's
but
on Instagram.
His
You should ask him.
motorcycles, his scooters, are half of them are like stuff that he's made.
Really, it's
Yeah.
Louis a scooter boy. Loves
Yeah.
scooters.
I was a scooter boy in the 90s. I was very much influenced by Matt Hensley.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah, who wouldn't be?
I did get this new shirt that's skateboarding and music related. It's the Specials and Anti-Hero.
Oh, wow.
Kind of,
Excellent.
you know,
Cool.
kind of what the show's about. Yeah. Yeah, I miss my Vespa. That was a good time. Riding my scooter up the Allen Expressway to go to Torontosaurus, Dave Buchanan's park.
Right.
You know,
Tyrannosaurus. What a crazy name.
I had the first membership.
Did you?
I was so stoked. I had my scooter, and I'd like pop in to see, you know, how close it was to completion. And Dave's like, "All right, I'll sign you in. You're number one."
Was it the Jurassic Park of skate parks? Or what?
It was great. It had
Pretty
a
big
vert
ramp.
ramp. It had
Yeah.
a mini ramp. It had a tiny street course. But it was an indoor spot to skate in Canada, just like Skate Zone before it. When I gave vert a
Skate
real
Zone,
try
yeah.
and realized it wasn't for me.
Skate Zone, yeah.
Here, let me give you a package. A little
Whoa, thank
thing
you.
that we give to everybody
Right.
for participating in the show here. Oh my God. did
Oh, I
you
got
bring
this.
us a
Oh, look at
gift?
this. Look at, but it's two, so you have to cut it. There you go.
Oh, nice.
I
Ash
just-
Bowl Bash stickers for the table here.
Yeah.
Rad.
Throw those somewhere. Thank you. This is
Yeah,
great.
space is limited on here, isn't it? There we go.
Nice.
The shred shirt for every participant.
Nice.
Got some stickers in
And
there.
a Thrasher
and,
magazine.
Yes, it's the August issue of Thrasher.
Okay.
So enjoy that
Nice.
read.
Thank you.
When you're, dicking around the house and you're not working. And
Yeah, I will.
so
Thank you.
thank you, Marc, for being on the show with us because, we enjoy listening to all sorts of stories from all sorts of skaters out there. And you're not just a skater, you're a man of many trades. And thanks for making those documentaries, the Triumph documentary that you did.
Yeah.
And I tell people about the Triumph video, like, oh, they're like, who's coming on the show next? And I said, oh, this guy Marc Ricciardelli. He did this Triumph documentary, and they're like, oh yeah, the motorcycle. And I was like, not even thinking the motorcycle. I
Right.
just thought
Triumph
the band right off the bat.
motorcycles.
But
Yeah. You got to be of a certain age. Triumph.
And you also did the shredder, heavy metal shredders.
Oh, Shredders of Metal. Yeah,
Shredders of Metal.
Yeah.
And
That's
Danny Decay from the Diamonds was one of the judges on there.
Yeah, because he's a banger dude. Like, he works banger TV. Yeah. Yeah.
So they all sit there like Simon Cowell
Yeah.
or Powell or whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah.
And these dudes stand in front of them and shred guitar.
Yeah.
How long do they have to shred?
They had different categories, and it was like a minute to a backing track, and I think they kind of got them beforehand. And then there was just like do your own thing, and then there was a speed challenge.
What?
But then
that
they
sounds amazing.
Yeah, they did a drummer one. another season, which was pretty awesome. So that.
And what's the hitchhiking
Oh, right.
metal one that you did too? Heavy Metal Hitchhiker?
Heavy Metal Hitchhiker. Yeah, so that's like a comedy web thing that I directed and I kind of co-wrote. And we shot that like 2 years ago. And that's what I'm writing now, like a second season of that.
Oh, it's a seasonal.
It's web show. They're like 6 to 8 minute episodes, so they're short. And we have a pretty good comedian, this guy Garrett Jameson, who's the lead guy.
Do you film that here in Toronto, or do you go somewhere else?
Yeah, we filmed part of it in Stouffville.
Okay.
And then, we'll film it in Toronto if we find the right spots.
Right.
So
that's rad, man. We'll keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Keep fucking documenting amazing music and keep shredding, because I've seen you skate. You can grind. You can do inverts. You got some fat front side airs.
Yeah.
And looking forward to seeing you skate at the upcoming Ashbridges Bowl Bash.
Yeah, thanks for emceeing.
I'll be
by the way.
emceeing this year too. I'm like the Canada's fucking Dave Duncan. Hey?
Yes. Hoedown.
Yeah. We need some rugged fucking haggard guy to come in here and shoot the shit and be funny. And
You're not haggard.
I'm not.
No, come on. You don't even have a beard. You're not even close to
Well, I
haggard.
shaved my mustache. I'm not even close to haggard.
No, you're
That's
not
so
even.
nice
You're not
of you to
even
say
50
that.
yet, like us.
So you have to be
Wow,
50. I'm 1 year short of 50, so I have to be 50 years old with a beard to be haggard.
It'll help.
Great. Amongst other things, eh? To be completely haggard. Okay, well, on that note, anyone who wants to be haggard, now you know what it takes. So, once again, Marc Ricciardelli, thank you so much for participating and being on the Shred Central podcast. We love having you here. So let's also take this opportunity to thank our sponsors this month. We got the Iceman for providing the ice to keep our beers cold. And we have the Bait Shop, who's provided the t-shirt and the stickers for our guests. So let's go out with one last song here. It's a song from the end of the Sick Boys video. What a fucking weird name. Sister Double Happiness. It's not bad. I like it. Hey everybody, thanks for watching Shred Central. Keep enjoying skateboarding, keep enjoying music. Enough said, go shred. Thanks for being here, Marc.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Thanks. Nice.
What's your name, Joseph?
No Joseph, just Mitch.
I found a guitar. I'm gonna become a roadie.
Never give up on your dreams, Mitch.
When I bring that guitar to Rager, they'll make me their roadie. Why would you pick me up in the middle of a hypothetical first-degree double homicide?
I'm lonely.
My dad was a roadie named the Eagle.
Your dad had my back.
Did I mention the roadie blood?
Ride like the ginger wind.
Was vegans about to eat shit? You know so much about Rager.
Fucking right I do.
I got some Black Dahlia murder, Nile, some Bathory, Possess. Where am I? Plainy Biscuit? Limp Biscuit can suck my...
No need to profane the biscuit.
Ugh.